Hi, so my name is Tinley Doyle and I'm going to be telling you guys what I did my project on for communication. I've chosen the movie American Sniper starring Bradley Cooper, and this is based upon a true story of Chris Kyle. Now, I did my essay on 3 topics. The 3 topics I chose were all nonverbal. It's stereotyping, gestures, and self-discipline. With stereotyping, it's really not uncommon to hear that people were stereotyping Muslims as terrorists during this time after the 9/11 attacks. Now, Chris Kyle would do the same thing. He associated Muslims with terrorism. So when he was protecting those that he was looking out for, when he was sniping, he was looking for a Muslim. And he would sit above, and when he saw a Muslim, someone who did not look American per se, he would, without hesitation, shoot them. Stereotyping is really common in communication. We're all really guilty of doing it. When we look at someone, we stereotype them in a group, we group them with something that we already know. In this movie, it was extremely evident with the whole war scene going on, associating Muslims with terrorism. As for gestures, military men, without fail, always use gestures upon each other, and they will use gestures to communicate without talking. Gestures is basically its own language. There's sign language, which is its own language, and that's gestures. It's hand movements, it's body movements, it's movements of anything that can really pertain to a saying or situation or a task that someone has to follow or listen to. And in this case, Chris Kyle used gestures with his men that he was fighting with to communicate with them without speaking, so they could basically keep their cover low. Chris Kyle was also teaching these men gestures along the way to help strengthen the military and, help them out in the long run. Finally, I also did self-discipline. And self-discipline is also another form of nonverbal communication. It's also a form of, I guess you can say, your inner self communication. You self-discipline yourself when you know you did something wrong and you're trying to better yourself for a longer outcome. And in this case, Chris Kyle used that with himself when he missed a shot or when he hesitated to kill somebody. Because the military teaches you without fail you should kill somebody, you should not hesitate. No matter if it's a child or a woman, if they are trying to harm us, you have to do your job and you have to take them away. And so Chris Kyle, when he almost hesitated to shoot a child, I want to say in the part of the movie where the child picks up this gun and he starts to aim the gun. After Chris shot somebody, the kid ran over, picked up his gun, and went to go aim, and Chris was hesitating to kill him because he's a child. And at this time, Chris had his first child, so now he knows what it's like to have his own kid and to be in the footsteps of somebody, to have a kid and to kill him. It's just bad. So when he realized that the kid wasn't going to shoot him, he did have self-discipline in himself because he hesitated. And what if that kid didn't drop the gun? What if that kid started shooting? And that goes into play with, like I said, your inner conscious basically yelling at yourself. And that is what self-discipline is. It's yelling at yourself, trying to make better of yourself and basically kind of help you in the long run. And Chris showed multiple scenarios of self-discipline within himself, and all the other men also did. All these 3 communication patterns are extremely important in this movie, and all these 3 are strictly nonverbal.